next 10 to 12 minutes, I will try and tell you everything that you need to know about the Gyanvapi report. Republic has accessed the full Gyanvapi report. Now, in the last few days, we've been able to get you videos that showed you the Shivling in the Vuzukana area. We showed you the different versions of the Hindu side, the Muslim side. We brought you the court commissioners, and on the show tonight, the full Gyanvapi report. Let me get you the details. We've accessed the Gyanvapi report, and in the report there are mentions of how old temple-like structures have been spotted by the survey team. They talk about how Hindu deities, idols were spotted in the debris in the Gyanvapi mosque premises. They talk about Lotus engravings that have been spotted in the debris at the Gyanvapi mosque. Among the different mentions made overall, Damru engravings have also been spotted in the survey. There are several mentions of how a Trishul was spotted in Gyanvapi by the team's survey. Svastika symbols that were spotted outside the mosque's storeroom. These are some of the big mentions. And let's tell you more about the indisputable evidence at the site of the Gyanvapi mosque. There is also a confirmation of the Shivling that was found by the team. From the Nandi side, they say from the Nandi side, they entered the Vazu area. The report mentions how leaves, flower symbols, pillars in cellar wall of ancient times, 8 feet each, getting you details of what you're looking at on your screens of another Shivling that was found in 2 pictures that we've accessed from the survey report. Now, these are some of the details that we've accessed. Let's also tell you that the team surveying the Gyanvapi mosque has told the courts in this report that from the Nandi side, they entered the Vuzu area, 83 feet, 3 inches between the Nandi and the Vuzu well, which housed the Vuzukana and the Shivling. Volunteer, they say there was a volunteer who told them about the big round structure. Now let's show you that on a graphical representation in what we call a chroma graphic. Let's go. Let me just go across to that, and Dr. Subramaniam Swami will be joining us live any minute now. Let me also tell you that this report speaks about how volunteers told them that this could be a Shivling after all. Now, what we've been talking about all these days, let's describe that in a nutshell. Let's look at the graphical representation. Now, here's the graphical representation of what you need to know. Look at this. This is the graphical representation of what the report says, the Gyanvapi survey report says. This is the Vuzukana area. The Vuzukana area, and they say that there was water. The first time they went, there was water, and they couldn't really carry out the survey because they didn't have enough time. And then they say they went the next day. And let's show you what happens when you move through the graphical representation. They said that when we went on the second day, the water levels were down, and in the well, they mentioned that in the well, the water levels were brought down to about 2 feet. 2 feet in a manner in which the fish, they said there was fish inside the Vuzu well, and they made sure that the water was up to 2 feet. And that's when they said one of our volunteers put their hand inside and they saw that there was a round object and it was a Shivling. One of the volunteers told them it was a Shivling, and they mentioned how right on top of the Shivling, there was a white marble structure. They speak about a white marble structure which was roughly about 9 inches is what they have mentioned in this particular report. They speak about the wall that you see on your screen there, and the wall, they say that they walked or they spotted this area was right opposite the Nandi. They mentioned, there is a mention of the Nandi. We spoke about this yesterday. There is a mention of the Nandi, the wall in between, and the Shivling inside the Vuzu area. In no categorical terms, they have mentioned that it is a Shivling. And they say it's not one surveyor or commissioner, several of them, of the view that it was a Shivling after all. Let me go across to Dr. Subramaniam Swami joining us on the broadcast this evening. He's been vocal on this issue. I'll go across to him and get in his first view of what he makes of the findings of this report, and then I'll get you the other portions. There are several mentions that are made, and I'll get you each and every mention. I'd like to go across